Hi, JC Best students. How are you doing? Today is another day for our class, and you are all welcome. My name is Ebo Izuchukwu. This is SS1 class, and we'll be treating pressure groups. I remember last week we discussed party system, the second part of party system, where we talked about the advantages and disadvantages of the three types of party system: the one-party system, the two-party system, and the multi-party system. So we are through with that. Today we'll be looking at pressure groups. And at the end of this class, we'll be able to define the meaning of pressure groups. We will explain the types of pressure groups. We will state the characteristics of pressure groups. And we will describe the mode of operation of pressure groups. Now let's start with the meaning. How do we define pressure group? A pressure group is an organized group of individuals whose interest is to influence government policy. Now you can see the primary aim of every pressure group: to influence government policy. And why do they influence government policy? They influence government policy in order to protect the interests of their members. They want every policy government makes to be in the interest of their members. And as a result, they engage in all manner of activities that will enable them get government policy to their own advantage. So here we defined pressure group as a group of persons bound together by common interest or profession with the aim of influencing government policies. Now you can see these two factors: interest and profession. These are the two factors that bind together members of a given pressure group. It's either they have common interest or they belong to the same profession or occupation. For example, I cannot be a member of NMA, Nigerian Medical Association, because I'm not a medical doctor. And a medical doctor who is working in the hospital cannot belong to any UT because he is not a teacher, Nigeria Union of Teachers. So you can see, it may be as a result of interest. For example, Market Women Association. Their interest is that they are in the market. They want to protect their occupation. So if you don't have the same interest, you can't be their member. So it's either interest or profession. Now, we also say that it's an organized group of individuals whose main aim it is to protect the interests of their members by influencing government. So you can see we are saying the same thing: influence government policy, influence legislations. Legislations are laws made by the legislature. So pressure groups can influence this process to bring it to the interest and the benefit of their own members. Pressure groups can also be referred to as interest group, because it's all about interest. All they fight for is for the interest of their members. So we can refer pressure groups as interest groups. And before now, I have said that they engage in different activities. It can be strike. It can be, writing petition to the government. It can also be giving ultimatum. There's so many other activities they engage into. They use these activities to call the attention of the government to what they are doing, to what their requests are. Now, if we look at this picture, we will see a group of people with placards, with a banner, and the inscription on the banner saying, "Make poverty history." So there is a demand here. There's demand by this group. Protesters, peaceful protest is ongoing here. And their request is that the government should make poverty a history. Now let's go to the types of pressure groups. We have different types of pressure groups. We have economic pressure group. We have professional or occupational pressure group. We also have religious pressure group. We have anomic pressure group. We have promotional pressure group. If you open some textbooks, you may even go to the extent of seeing ethnic pressure groups, regional pressure group, and so on. But here we'll be discussing the basic types of pressure group. The first one here is economic pressure groups. Any pressure group that is economic in nature will have its members, those who are into production and manufacturing. They come together to form a pressure group that will protect their interest and promote their economic well-being, influence the government so the government will make policies that will better their lot, that will provide them with an enabling environment where they can do their production and achieve their aim. Okay? Now we have examples of such pressure group. We have NASIMA. NASIMA is Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines, and Agriculture. So those who are into agriculture, they are producing. Those who are into mines or into industry, commerce, they belong to this association. And they use this association to influence government policy, government legislation, government decisions to their own favor. We also have MAN, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. So if you look at this one, you notice that it's made up of manufacturers, belonging to a given association to be able to influence government. You don't come to government as an individual. You come to government as a group. The government doesn't listen to individual persons. Government listens to. That's why in every democracy, you notice that people start forming civil society, pressure groups will start cropping up. And that is one of the pillars of democracy. We're talking about civil society or pressure group as we are discussing here today. Now, if you look at this logo here, it belongs to the NASIMA. It belongs to the NASIMA. And with the inscription, their name, Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines, and Agriculture. We also have other ones, but this is the only one we have here. Now let's go to the second type of pressure group, the professional. You can also call it occupational pressure group. Now this professional pressure group, just as the name implies, is made up of people that belong to the same profession. And they form this group to protect their interests and even protect the profession from quackery. They protect the interests of their members and make sure that quacks don't spoil their work. That's just the essence. You have the Nigerian Medical Association as an example of a professional pressure group made up of medical doctors only. We also have Nigerian Union of Teachers made up of teachers only. We also have Nigerian Bar Association made up of trained lawyers who are called to the bar, who can represent people in the court of law. We call them the Defense Counsel. So that's just it. Now, if you look at the logo we have here, we have that of the Medical Association. We also have that of the Bar Association. Okay? Now, let's go to the third one, religious pressure groups. For religious pressure group, just as the name implies, it's made up of people that belong to the same religion, people that profess the same faith. And they have this group in order to protect their interests, the interest of their members, in order to, protect their beliefs as well. In Nigeria, we have two major. We have other ones, but these are two major religious pressure groups representing the two major religions we have in Nigeria, the Islam and the Christianity. Okay? The first one is CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria. It's made up of Christians, those who profess Christianity. We also have the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, made up of Muslims, those who profess Islam. So we can see their logos here. Okay, now let's go to the fourth one, Promotional Pressure Group. This one is an interest. I want to listen very well. It's an interesting pressure group doing an interesting work. Just as the name implies, promotional. They promote the interest of others. They promote the interest of the general public. They promote the interest of a targeted group. So they don't just fight for their own benefit. Just as the other ones, the other ones we mentioned before now, they sounded, selfish, as if it's all about their members. But you can see this one. This one is for the general public, is for a targeted group. It may not even be for the benefit of their own or direct benefit of their own members. And you can see example from the logo we have here, the picture we have here. You can see Bring Back Our Girls. Those women, men who are here in Abuja, reminding the government of the Chibok girls that were abducted by the Boko Haram, are not actually the parents of those girls, but they have been doing that. Some of them have been criticized. Some of them have, one time or the other, have been arrested, but they are fighting for this targeted group. So it's a promotional pressure group. We have other ones like National Council for Eradicating Illiteracy. They are already literate people, educated people, but they are fighting for the benefit of the girl child, benefit of the boy child, those who don't have privilege to go to school. We also have human rights group, also have Red Cross. All right, now let's go to the fifth one, anomic pressure groups. This will be the last one we'll discuss under types. Then anomic pressure groups, which we also call interest groups, the interest groups are there to protect their own interests as well. They normally use violence. They use not peaceful demonstration, violent demonstrations. They use arson, that is burning tires, burning other people's properties to get attention of the government or whatever authority they are trying to get its attention. They can even assassinate, kill people, and so on. So this particular pressure group is not an organized pressure group. It's not even a permanent pressure group. People come together because of common interest, and they fight to get their interest. And as soon as the interest is met, it disbands. They disperse. It ceases to exist. So such pressure group is called anomic pressure group. It does not have, organized structure. You can't pinpoint and say, this one is the chairman, this one is the vice chairman, this one is the national secretary. No, it doesn't have such structure. It's a mob group. And they are not organized. That's why they destroy people's property, just to achieve their aim. People that live in the same street can come together if they have, common reason. Probably there is a blackout for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, and everybody is angry. They come out, before you know it, they are moving straight to the company that is supplying them with power. And before you know it, they can destroy property. They can fight. But as soon as their interest, their request is attended to your home, O Israel, that is the end. So that is what we call anomic pressure group. Now let's go to the characteristics of pressure groups. The number one characteristic is that pressure groups exist to achieve this singular aim: protect the common interest of its members. That is the major aim, to protect the interest of its members. So all pressure groups, drive towards that. And somebody will ask, what about anomic group? Yes. The interest of anomic group is to protect the interest of the general public. So it's also their interest. So every pressure group, aims at protecting the interest of its members. Now, the second one is that they don't contest elections. They are non-partisan. They don't belong to a political party. They are not political party. They don't contest. They don't, aim at taking over power, seizing political power, or controlling political power. No, that is not their aim. So it's one of the characteristics of pressure group. They are non-partisan. They don't contest election. They can decide to support a particular political party that they know that if it comes to power to protect their cause, good and fine. Their members will go out to vote. But as a pressure group, they don't contest election. Now, they source revenue from their members. They don't get allocation from government. They don't depend on government to get subvention. No. Their members pay their dues, pay their levies, make donations, and they use this money to run their affairs. Now, the fourth one is that pressure groups organize their members across the state and at all levels of government. Why do they do that? To get influence. Why do they do that? To be able to influence government properly for effective functioning. So, if they have members at all corners, the nooks and crannies of the state, and not only that, have their members at all levels of government, from the ward level to the local government level to the state level and to the national level, then their voice can easily be heard. When they speak, people will hear them. The government will hear. So every project group will not want to, restrict its activities to a particular region or a particular state. No, they want to expand their scope, their horizon, so that they will be able to influence government properly. Now, membership to pressure groups is closed to profession and interest. I have made mention of something like this before. That as a teacher, I cannot join NMA, Nigerian Medical Association. Yes, I'm not a medical doctor. The membership is closed to profession. I can't join them. And no medical personnel who is not a teacher can join NUT. So the membership is closed. It's closed, based on profession and interest. If you're not a woman, and you're not in the market, in a given market, you can't join Market Women Association. So that's just it. Now they adopt different approaches or mode of operation in different governments. Today we are under civilian government. You can see many project groups, civil societies, cropping up everywhere. It's because we are operating democracy. They can go on strike. They can write petition to government. They can give government ultimatum. We are giving you 1 week, 2 weeks, do this, or we shut down the nation. They do this because it's a civilian government. In the time past when we were under military government, there's no way they could have done that, because it was a military government. Military government does not respect people's rights. So they will adopt a different approach. At that time, they can write letters to the government. They can opt for dialogue other than issuing ultimatum and so on. Okay, so that's by the way. Now let's look at the pressure groups' modes of operation. How do they operate? What the activities look like? The methods they adopt that will enable them influence government policy, since that is their aim, to influence government policy for the betterment of their members or general public. Now first, strikes and boycotts. They can go on strike. They can boycott work. They can decide to stop work until government listens to them, until government attends to their requests. Strikes and boycott. Lobbying. They can also send their representatives to lawmaking body to influence them to pass a given bill into law a bill that they know that it will benefit their members. It may be increase of salary. It may be increase in minimum wage. It may be concerning the condition of work. So they can lobby through the representatives, lobby the lawmaking body to make legislation that will better the lots of their members. Now, publicity campaigns, this one originated from USA, moving house to house, street to street, talking to people, canvassing for people's support, making people to understand what they are asking for so that they can get the support of the people. That's publicity campaigns. We also have mass media. They can use mass media, use TV station, radio station, use newspaper to talk to government, to canvass for people's support. And this is the most important thing and effective method, because mass media can get to everywhere. People have access to it. People can hear them. Now, letters and petitions. They can write letters, petition the government, give ultimatum, and the government will respond. They can also engage in an electioneering campaign. They can decide to mobilize people to support a particular political party that they know that if it gets to power, it will protect their cause. It will, attend to their needs. Electioneering campaigns. So it's a method pressure groups, use in achieving their aims. Now they can also engage in demonstration, peaceful demonstration, protest, with their placards, moving from one place to another, expressing their need, expressing their interest, expressing their dissatisfaction, what government is doing that they don't like, what they want to, they want government to change, and all these things through demonstration, peaceful demonstration. Now we also have guerrilla warfare. Some pressure group can even get to the level of picking arms against the government. Just as what we can see here, we can see this picture, these Boko Haram members. We can refer to it as a pressure group because they have interests they are fighting for, which is best known to them. And the method they chose was, to pick arm against the government. Okay? Now here we have the IPOB members who are also asking for a referendum and so on. It was sometime, criminalized by Nigerian court as well. So it's a pressure group because they are trying to influence government policy. They have interests they want to achieve and so on. We also have these people, this is a violent group. We want to talk about economic pressure groups using, violent method to achieve their aim, fighting against the government and so on. And as soon as their interest is met, that is just the end of it. So we have come to the end of our class. The assignment here is got it from past question. Attempt the assignment, submit it to our Google Classroom for grading. I'm looking forward to receiving your assignment. I remain Mr. Ebo Isjobu. God bless you for listening. See you some other time.